microphone okay as well? Or?
Doesn't matter. For our, if you notice, we are quite informal. The National Kids Choice is all our talk shows is very informal.
Okay.
There's no need for microphones because it's not meant for TV. This is meant for social networks and internet. That's it. People just don't care. If it was for TV, professional TV, like what you're doing, that's different.
We don't work for TV.
I know that, but if you're going to do something a little bit more professional,
but people expect nowadays from YouTube to have more and more professional contents.
Yes, of course. I mean, depending what you want. So.
What do you mean depend what you want, not what the audience, the public is looking for?
Well, it doesn't matter because my audience, my kind of audience that I'm looking for an audience that all they care is they want to rush and find the content that's good and find out what it's all about, and that's it. You see.
And you think video marketing would be a good content for you?
So this is an informal video talk show. That's it. If I want to do something formal, of course I would do something. I would do it the way that you guys are doing it. But we have to take steps slowly to meet that goal.
Okay.
So if I were to do that, yes, of course. When we have, because remember, we are not for profit. We are a constitution. Unlike you guys, you are for profit. In a sense, I mean, you are. We are not for profit.
Okay.
You see,
it's just educational.
We are a constitution.
Okay.
Our job is to promote education and understanding, and enhance the customers' knowledge and the industry, about customer service and so on.
Okay.
That's what it's all about. So yes, we do try to collect, fees and all that kind of thing, but that's not really our main goal. I mean, it would be a bread and butter at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But we had to take steps, and so that's how it is.
So our interviews will be part of your first steps.
Yes, we're part of our first steps. On a very long journey. But we are not a competitor to most of any publications or online publications, except for CNN. They view us as their competitor.
Okay. Because at the end of the day, you're realizing media critics, so that's how they position themselves. They only take information, things that interest them or really interest their audience. That's all.
Yeah, that's right. So forgive me that there's a little bit primitive, I think, but I think it's a first step.
Okay.
So but we also have Skype and all that kind of thing. We can do interviews over Skype and.
Okay.
So yes, you ready? I mean, if you're ready, I'm ready. Hi, welcome to the National Kids Choice Online News. I'm Robin. It's okay. Hey, we're forgiving. Okay. Hi, welcome to the National Kids Choice Online News. I'm Robin Stienberg, and welcome to the Stienberg Review. And today I have a special guest with me. He's none other than Mr. Arno. He's the founder for Find Your Way website. And you know what? You could actually look up to his website and find your way anywhere across the globe, including Singapore, for great selection of nightclubs, for instance, and more. And Mr. Arno is going to give us some insights on what's going on and trends on internet, TV, and more. Mr. Arno, welcome to my show.
Thank you.
It's kind of
to be here.
It's kind of encouraging to see someone like yourself emerging and trying to be on par with all the other publications like IS Magazine and so forth. But really, how did you embark on this idea of creating this niche market?
Okay, it's currently a niche market, but we hope that actually it's going to become bigger because it targets the entire Singapore. The idea is actually to talk to Singaporeans and not to talk to tourists in general. That's what a lot of lifestyle magazines are doing. To be honest, I believe in the fact that when you live in a country, you don't want to see the same thing that the tourist wants to see. You're not going to go to Singapore Flats every day, or you're not going to go to a safari or this kind of thing. So you need to have more information, more insights about what's happening in Singapore. It can interest the local. We have succeeded this. The website, as we were saying earlier, is www.findyourwaynsg.com. We have, it's part actually of a bigger conglomerate called Find Your Way in the World. We have a website as well because Find Your Way in Bangkok.com as well exists. So yeah, we just want to talk to local people, and I think so far we have succeeded because we have reached about 52% of our audience, which is Singaporeans, people who live here, 12% who are local expats here in Singapore, and the rest, of course, a bit of tourists, because tourists are always interested about lifestyle in Singapore. Even on the tourist side, they are quite interested because it's giving them something different. It's giving them something a bit more underground, something which is more directed to the local, and it makes them feel actually a bit less tourist in the country. Yeah, some people sometimes they travel, but they don't want to be put in the tourist area. They really want to see how people live in the country. We want to be part of the culture, understand the local culture. So that's what we are trying to bring. So main information on the website is lifestyle, of course. We started actually to do a lot of videos talking to local, just saying, hey, you know what's going to happen this week, etc. So we are doing a lot of video newsletter, and I think we're going to restart soon because this part was quite interesting. Then a lot of became so popular that a lot of business here in Singapore were interested to show what they were doing. So for example, a restaurant, a spa, etc. You know, it's just giving them a bit of insight. Okay, so you know, problem is that nowadays, if you look at the entire video production company, the entire video production as well, what we have realized on the market is that Singaporeans looks for the deep pocket clients all the time. So they will always overcharge you for all the things that can be done directly on the spot. So yeah, because nowadays you have the equipments that cost not that crazily expensive they used to do, and you can do a lot of materials. So just I'm asking a question, I ask my question, do I want to be a video production company and charge company between $5,000 to $30,000 for video, or am I interested to give them something which is more affordable, stop doing extra margin and works more on the volume? So it works actually, because when you go to see a restaurant, you tell them, I can do a showcase of your place and I can broadcasting online for like $1,500, something like this. People are like, wow, it's never been approached by a guy like this before. So that's mainly what we were starting to do. And then because we were doing so many videos for so many businesses, that we decided, okay, we have so many, what about we put everything on the website? So excuse me. So multiple channels, multiple contents, and then we say, okay, now we have a video production, like kind of a lifestyle video magazine, which does video productions for companies and helps locals to know a bit of the underground part of Singapore and stop, reading a lot of articles, just watching, content. I mean, just asking a question, Robin, would you prefer to spend 30 minutes to read an article, or would you like to spend 2 minutes to watch a video?
Yeah,
it's quite. This is the main idea for the public, and so this drives us more and more. So it means that we started as well to go on social media, create our own channel of broadcasting. So we knew that we had funny ways. But some people are more interested into events. Some people are interested into health. Some people are interested into modeling. Some people are interested. So a lot of different topics. We even created some discussion on social media, like real estate, which was completely inexistent. We have created a group which is called Find Your Room in SG, because it's a big topic for a lot of expats and locals as well. Who wants to rent their apartment to expat people, more stable in terms of revenues and receiving, of course, the rent. So we started a discussion as well on social media, which didn't exist before. So we started a lot of topic of discussion that people. So it helped us to develop proper broadcasting for all the videos that we were creating. But we didn't stop here. That was a year ago. So we recently received an investment. So we revamped a little bit the website, but I think it needs to be revamped again, my perception. Because we have discussion internally, some people actually land on our website, they watch a few videos, and then after that's it. And we really want them to get involved more and more actually in the content and a little bit more comments and etc. So they like a lot of articles, but they don't really tell us what they think about the video content, which will make us grow. You know, so there will certainly be a new revamping by next year to develop more interactivity. So yes, we have this media, we have this video, and clients tell us, okay, you know what, you're really nice doing video for me, but I'm not enough of doing one showcase. And that's when we actually went into the video marketing agency, because when you create video content online, when you create one video, it doesn't make a lot. Just a bit of buzzing around, talking about your brand, in addition with a magazine, lifestyle magazine, so it's nice. But people wanted more. They say, okay, but video can give me more social media interaction, but can give me as well more SEO. For people who don't know, SEO is search engine optimization. So it helps you actually to rank, easier on all these search engines online. So we said, okay, we have done this for us. What about we give it to you? So nowadays we are shifting more and more into this YouTube channel production, where we help actually people and companies and celebrities and etc. to develop their image online. So it becomes so important nowadays that we even have some TV show producers who start to contact us to ask us, hey, can I do my show on YouTube? Yes, you can. And actually it will be even better than TV. The main reason is it's actually pretty simple. It's just because it's the big difference between blasting people and targeting people. So yes, when you do a YouTube channel, you can actually target the people that you want them to subscribe to your content. So you really interact with people who are interested in what you produce, and not everyone or anyone who are just passing by and etc. The good thing is actually on YouTube, content can be monetized, so you don't have to pop up of advertising too much on your video. It's really a simple ads or like a really quick, insertion or something like this, which only like 5 seconds compared to TV when you have 10 minutes advertising spots in between shows, which can be really tiring. So yeah, a lot of people are going more and more. I don't know if you're aware, for example, in the US, a big change as well. The next How I Met Your Mother, I don't know if you know, this show is really popular. It's going to be the next season will be entirely produced and broadcasted on YouTube. And we have already seen this for a few other series. The main reason is that they've realized that actually when they put on TV, maybe they can put it on, for example, here in Singapore it's on Warner or Star World or something like this. It's going to be 800,000 viewers. When they put the video online, they can reach million viewers all across the world. So they know who likes them, where, etc., for which country, etc. So they can target and they can offer this content for brands to communicate on it a lot better.
Totally agree. Now, how did you come up with the title Find Your Way? What inspired you to create this?
Okay, as I said earlier, we were creating a lot of video newsletter. So we wanted people to understand, how to find their way. They find their way, in Singapore. Just okay, so to access to this club, you need to do this, to do that. Some of the videos we were creating in the beginning as well. Like some of the video we created today as well. When restaurant they approach us, I said, my big problem is that nobody can access my restaurant. I have an example of one of my clients. I'm not going to name it, but his restaurant is directly on Mohammed Sultan. Mohammed Sultan is just behind Robertson Quay, and there's a lot of people going there. His problem is that it's impossible for him to be seen because he's at the top level of etc. So we had to create a video for people to find their way to the restaurant.
So you came up with that title?
I have a business partner, my co-founder. We are two founders actually. He's a real backpacker, as we call it. He's the guy who travels all across the world. And his main question was like, when I land somewhere, how do I find my way? And it all started from there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Amazing. Now, speaking of which, what kind of challenges did you face when you first started out Find Your Way concept? And what brought you today? What was the secret of your success? Can you share with us the 3 key points?
Okay, the 3 key points. Okay, because for me I have a main key point, which is the pivot. What we call in the business and in startup called pivot. So it means that you are changing your position. When we started, we were really connected to social media, to media, but our idea was taking a lot of time, and we see a lot of our competitors online who are doing as well video for food or video for etc. They can only bring a few hundred views on their video, and they contact us and just how do you do to make 1,000 views or this kind of thing. We have partnerships, of course, not only with locals but with platforms that help us to develop a number of views. But in the beginning it was really hard because we were telling stories to people and there's not so many people who were watching it because they were not aware. So that we just changed these distinctions. In the beginning we made a website like every of the current competitors, like came out Singapore, etc. Lifestyle Asia. It's just article, pictures, going in clubs and do a lot of pictures, give your cars away. It's already a saturated market. So my business partner, if one day you interview, always tell you, always remember the phone call I received from Arno. He tell me, you know what, you stop all that crap. Sorry for my French, as they say. But just go into video because there is a market here. A lot of people are equipping themselves more and more with smartphones, with more and more performant computers. With the Wi-Fi, you can have access to any kind of information at any time. If tomorrow I'm looking for the actor of this movie, I'll just pop up my phone and search on Wikipedia. So it's something that was needed on the market. Nobody was doing it before. We started 2 years ago to produce video content that we put on a website, and our seed, of followers at this time was spreading the world around like impressively. Then we said, it's time maybe to spread more and then to go into social media, to go into all of this. And I think today, right now in Singapore, thanks to all our channel broadcasting that we have created on multiple pages, we are about one of the biggest social media lifestyle magazine. Yeah.
No, amazing. We like to congratulate you for that as well. Many of my readers told me that here at the National Critics' Choice, Find Your Way has indeed adored by many of our viewers from the National Critics' Choice, and we are glad to inform Mr. Arno that the National Critics' Choice is awarding Find Your Way as one of the best directories for finding your way around the globe.
We hope to. Maybe you come back in a few years, bigger investment, then yes, definitely will help. Certainly, the plan for the future is to open another city, to have at least a triangular. So we have 2 opportunities that opened to us recently, either Hong Kong, either Sydney, Melbourne, between the 2 cities, so Australia. So we'll see. Once we have opened the 3rd city, we have a strong base of actually 3 small headquarters. Then we'll open for franchises, for sure, to just train people all across the world. Before doing this, we need to be performant enough to show that you can do a lot of results in a really quick time. And that's what is happening. So, but I believe in staffing anyway. Don't get me wrong, my staff is really good. I won't be here if I didn't have so good staff, and I think you met some of them recently. They are doing a really great job, and that's the main reason why it became so popular. But they only joined a few months ago. Before that, my business partner and I spent hours and hours and hours on social media just to find the good partners, the good information to reshare. And I think that's what we're doing now as well with the Critics' Choice. You try to find good information, and we appreciate that you use our content sometimes as well. That's a really great thing. But yes, that's the main reason why we are here today as well, is because we had a strong image locally, not only in Singapore but in Bangkok as well.
Now, speaking of building a strong image,
yes.
What is the difference between the internet TV and social media TV and like YouTube and so on, and where is it going right now? Do you think, in your as an expert, do you think that everybody in the world is going to move towards the YouTube style?
That is a really deep question. Looking at the trends, I'll be honest with you, I think some of the advanced countries already started. Today, having you can just go in Singapore, in Funan, and buy a Samsung TV. It will be equipped in internet. Google TV as well is something that becomes really important in the US. gonna cost $60 to put a box, and you will have access to the entire internet, the entire video content of the internet as well. So my belief is yes, in the next 1 or 2 years, maybe 2 years, you will have 1 family on 5 which will have internet TV at home, and they will have a choice of watching TV and get blasted by a lot of advertising they don't want to, or go actually on different internet medias where they can have the information they want to. And I'm thinking of YouTube, because YouTube gives you this accessibility, because now you can create YouTube channels. So YouTube channels means that you can subscribe and watch the content every day. Our YouTube channel, we just revamped it recently, really recently, 3 weeks ago, but already 25 videos on it. So it's very quick. A lot of things happening in Singapore, that's why. Yeah, if you subscribe to our channel, for example, every day you will see between 1 and 2 videos. So it's good. You can either receive an information, then you go back on your TV and watch it. Because yes, as you told it, as we were discussing a bit earlier, people are expecting now this kind of HD content. The main reason is because they're gonna watch it on TV. Yeah, so of course there is different aspect of HD, and there was a battle recently because the mobile media, if you watch a video on 3G and it's full HD, actually the pixels become really bad. So we had to meet HD. But now that internet TV goes higher and higher in buying, we have to go back to the full HD. Sorry.
Now, speaking about full high definition television.
Sorry.
Do you?
High definition.
Yes. Well, do you think that very soon television stations will phase out satellite broadcasting, but everyone will be moving towards all on internet TV or mobile TV? Do you see that's going to happen?
Yes, they will, and it's already happening in the US right now. I'm just going to give you an example like the NBA, where every year is selling like really expensive, their really expensive rights for TV. They are now selling it to YouTube and other channels actually. So they have their own channels that you can subscribe to, and have information as well for free.
Now, do you think that consumers will be open and receptive to pay and subscribe to channels like YouTube in the near future? Because because people are used to get it for free.
Not really. If you think about it, nowadays people are paying for cable TV. Yes.
But that's for television, right?
Yes, I'm talking about televisions.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
I don't think people subscribe. I mean, the model of YouTube is really good, because you can monetize your video, so you don't need people to actually pay to subscribe. You don't need. And that's why YouTube became really popular, because other platforms like MetaCafe, Vimeo, they don't offer this service, which is great because you can choose actually if you want the video to be advertised on. So if you're like just following on the video from several key giants, or if you go on the channel, if you watch it on the channel directly, you don't have to be forced to see advertising.
Now, what about 3D? Now, 3D right now is becoming very popular, and even YouTube is adopting it very much. Are you for it? And do you think 3D would give a cutting edge to the production?
I think 3D will certainly become an interesting way of recording. The day they will stop forcing people to wear glasses. To be honest, I have a lot of my friends who found it really cool to go to the cinema to watch the 3D, and now getting a bit fed up to always go in the cinema, put the glasses on. It's a bit restrained, in terms of vision. We don't see only by glasses, but we see the entire 360 visions, So the day that we will actually be able to watch the TV and the 3D is already in bed. We have seen some TV doing it already. So for me, there's different application of 3Ds. You take it this way. You have the 3D when you wear the glasses and the image comes to you, and you have the 3D recording, which it means that you don't have any more blur on the image. So for example, 2 cameras recording at the same time, and if like previously you had this focus, for example, if I'm focusing on you, but behind the wall is blurred, but then when I'm doing 3D, the entire image is clear. So for me, there's different apprehension. I believe that 3D recording have some future because it's becoming quite big. But we have some, like materials like mini disc, all this kind of thing, was had a really bright feature and suddenly been replaced by something else. So you can always be surprised. By experience, I mean, doing YouTube content, so content which is watched by a few thousand people here in Singapore. The effect nowadays for the new way of recording is actually to play with the different blur application. Start from an image and then turning it and then make appear something else. That makes a lot of characters in the video and keep the people watching it. That's the new style of recording currently. So I think the history will tell us what's going to happen. I don't want to have a clear statement on that because everybody has his own perception of 3D nowadays. And especially that, it was a lot of trend. There was a big trend recently. Everybody wanted to watch a movie. And even some movies were not 3D, started to be 3D. But I believe more in all this IMAX production, so people will watch something which is more 360 vision of what's going on. You feel more into the action than if you have something popping on your mind.
Now, do you think this is going to be a sustainable business in the future where stereoscopic equipment will be more affordable and your production will be probably doing more of the 3D effects in the coming future?
3D, so you're talking about different market here. I mean, you're talking about lifestyle production, or you're
Yes,
talking
that's
about
right. Yeah, for your lifestyle. Because YouTube, as you know, they do offer a 3D.
Yeah, of course, I know that.
option.
Because 3D has a lot of appreciation nowadays. When you do, because we went recently into the motion graphic as well, which means that you give images to explain a business. Some of the hotel or etc. they ask us to do like 3D materialization of the hotel. This is really expensive production. Because everything is designed by hand. But to be honest with you, we haven't been in this 3D yet because I don't think people have glasses to watch their computer screen or their phone in 3D. I think we are losing right now. It's like when I was explaining you earlier, we had the technology to watch full HD, okay? But we are limited by the support that we are watching it. So previously, everybody had the iPhone or the Samsung. And the screen size didn't allow with the 3G system, which is now 4G, which is a lot better. But the previous 3G system, if you were recording in full HD, so with full high definition, by receiving the video in 3G, you will be watching like big pixels. It will be really horrible. So we had to reduce what we call the mid HD, which is half the size of the screen. But then you are losing quality on TV. So it's all in and out discussions that you can have. So that's why it all depends on the support that you're watching. You can offer multiple variation, but right now we are still limited by the support that we are watching. I think today the recording technology is limited by the support we are watching it.
Now, before we go, what would be the 3 key advice for future entrepreneurs? Who wish to start the social network business that you're in right now. Could you give probably 3 key advice for the young people?
Okay, for the young people, I'll say the first advice would be to get perseverance, to stay always on focus. It took me 2 years, to reach an investment for social media companies. So it is actually a lot of work, a lot of persistence. So persistency. Then I think patience as well, and of course involvement. So you need to get the closest as possible as the people that you are talking with. There's a really good example of one of the best DJ who made all his celebrity on social media here in Singapore. You know how he became so popular? Because every single person that was adding him on his Facebook profile is going to see them to wish them happy birthday. Every single day, it's like 10 people maybe birthdays, he's going there and say, hey guy, happy birthday. It's always a great thing, to see someone on stage and on social media who can wish you a direct happy birthday.
Oh, wow, amazing.
So stay closer to the person that you are actually, your audience. Stay the closest as possible.
Wow, and speaking about staying close to your audience,
Yes.
What was your most memorable experience, your first breakthrough where you feel that you have made it?
I think it's when I presented my presentation to an investor and he told me, I love what you're doing, I'm putting my money in.
Well said and well done, sir.
Thank
and,
you.
And here at the National Critics' Choice, the Stienberg Review, thank you for joining me with Mr. Arno from Find Your Way, and do look up at his website and also his social networks. And Robin Stienberg, thank you for joining me, and have a good week ahead. Thank you. That's it. Yep, that's right.
Is it good?
Yep.
Sorry, I may have been a bit confusing sometimes.